Good morning from Windsor, Neaton, Riverside. It was just over 4 years ago in November 2019 that I made a video about the new Class 701 train coming to South Western Railway. It's finally in service this week and it's running today. It's done a trip from Waterloo to Windsor. I'm at Windsor, going to go back on the return journey from Windsor to Waterloo to have a look at the 701 in service.
Welcome aboard the South Western Railway service to London Waterloo.
So this is your South Western Railway Class 701 Arterio train, as they have branded them in their marketing. Let's just remind ourselves it's an Aventra train where we are in the, oh that's pretty, where we are in the Aventra series of trains. In the Aventra family of trains, the first were the Class 345 used for Crossrail. South West Railway have these, the Class 701. But they're essentially the same builder's train as you get on the London Overground already with the Class 710. C2C and Greater Anglia then have their variant, which they call the Class 720 train, and West Midland trains have some too. Theirs a designated Class 730. Whilst you're watching that, we got to Sunnymead. Yeah, off the end there, the 10-car train is too long for some of the stations, so like Runnymede, so like Datchet and stuff. It doesn't quite fit in. I think one of them, Datchet, might be only a 7-car.
Service to London Waterloo.
Only long enough for a 7-car train, and this is 10-car. At Raysbury.
Oh, I don't live a wrong way.
Is the 10 cars too long for the platform there? It might be.
Welcome aboard the South Western Railway service to London Waterloo.
Alright, there is a toilet. Interesting beep noise. We're going to get a mirror shot, aren't we? It's a standard toilet. Yeah, this is just pretty standard stuff. I'd forgotten that there was a toilet on the 701 though, so I think there's one in each of the 2 5 carriages. A 10-car train, 2 5s. I'm going to go and walk through because unlike, is it the 458, you can walk all the way through, so you can walk the entire length, see all the way down of this 10-car train.
Welcome aboard the South Western Railway service to London Waterloo.
So 10-car train, I've come to between 5 and 6. You can see here, I'm standing on the split right now. Also, this is so nerdy, there's a great little thing where you've got the unit number up here. There's a little star, there's a little diamond, sorry. That diamond represents that you're at the halfway point at the split. But this is the halfway point, and you can see it just carries on. 10 carriages all the way down, one continuous unit. On some of the other Aventra units, they have 3x2 seating, from what I can see here. And I do remember this from 2019. It's 2x2 seating in the Vestwell area. Look how there's Celia. There's 1, 2, 3 grub holes. There's also by the door, there's double grub holes here, but I like the fact that there's so much space. There's a lot of space here before it goes into the seating. However, there's no full table. Something which people always like to comment about is do the sort of the table seats line up with the windows, but here you sort of have these little half tables, and at that point you then don't get a window. So if you're sat in this seat here, you are sort of in the corner of it. You want me to rest my elbow on the window ledge, don't you? Let's do that. Yeah, see this one here, you couldn't really, I'd want to rest my elbow there. Where are we? Oh, we're at Felton, by the way. But this one here, you can rest your elbow, and you could definitely, yeah, I could definitely have a little nap with my eyes shut at that point and have a little, okay. Pick your seat carefully if you want the window seat on the 701. It almost goes without saying, by the way, that there are plug sockets with USB located under the seats. But if you're allowed to use these plugs, then why does this train and other trains still have plugs labelled as such that you're told not to use those? Why just can't we use all the plugs on a train? I think this will be my preferred favourite seat. By the window, loads of space, elbow room, and a little half table in a double-seated area. So if there's no one here, you can stretch your legs out. This is my preferred seat on the 701. And yes, there's luggage racks up high on both sides for you to put your bag. It's Tony, right? Hi Tony.
Yeah.
Tony's holding my camera. I just said, Tony, will you hold my camera? That's Celia, right? Doing the announcements, right?
That is Celia.
Well, what other trains do we hear them on? She's on other...
So she's on 444s, 450s,
Okay.
and 458.
You know your stuff. I love
do.
that. I wouldn't have known that.
Thank you.
That's great. I've got to hold my camera just because I'm in the accessible area. I can see here there's 2 flip down seats here. There's an arm and a plug there. There's 2 flip down seats here. There's loads of space, and then by the toilets there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, 6 flip down seats in that area too. But there's a lot of space in the accessible area. When I get to Waterloo, I'm gonna assume that there's some kind of like designated stripe or some kind of marking on the outside to show that this is the accessible area. And there's a bike rack too somewhere. Tony, where's the bike rack? There's a bike rack space, isn't there? Where is it?
I believe so. I'm not
It's
actually
not
sure.
here. No, I've seen it. We'll do a cutaway to a bike rack shot at this point. There's a designated bike rack as well.
Yeah, you use that posture.
I know a lot of people always talk about ironing board style seats. Doesn't seem like here. It looks like them, but they look like they're slightly more padded as to what you get on other trains. The seats I'm finding okay. What I did want to let you know is when and where these trains are running. We thought it was just one day, one service that was going to be introduced, but now it's going to be doing this Windsor train apparently every day. So it's the 10:25 out of Waterloo to Windsor and Eton Riverside. I feel like my camera's going to fall over any second. And then it gets to Windsor Neaton Riverside and it goes back at 11:30. So it should be doing that diagram every day if you want to come and get one of these trains. And then presumably throughout 2024 they will be rolled out to the rest of the South Western Railway network. South Western Railway will eventually have 90 of these new Class 701 trains in total and generally will operate on their suburban network, replacing the Class 455 trains which are now 40 years old.
Welcome aboard the South Western Railway service to London Waterloo.
Yeah, there's definitely been more regular passengers. Some of them have got on the train. They're like, "Oh, it's a new train. It doesn't smell new, but it definitely looks clean and it looks new." I'm sad already that on a cold winter's day there's like muddy. There's
It's salt though, isn't it?
yeah. When you stand on the salt on the platforms, from the gritted platforms, it then leaves footprints on the floor of the new train. I just think the real test, and I'm sure it'll pass, is when you get one of these at like 8 AM in the morning, you know, a morning peak hour, heading into Waterloo, and it's rammed with a lot of people. Will it be like a people soaker, like a Thameslink trains are? Like, I love the Thameslink trains because they just soak up the passengers. I'll be interested to see how these are in the morning. Do they still feel spacious, or do they soak up all the people? Right, we're at Vauxhall, Waterloo next, and that'll be the end of our trip.
You have been traveling on our new RTO services. If you have any comments, or if you would like to give any feedback about our service, please visit our website, southwesternrailway.com, and please do share your comments on the same.
I've never walked so far down the end of this platform before. I think this is 18, 19 at Waterloo. There's a whole bunch of lovely people. Love it. They've all come out to take pictures of the train. And there's 2, so you can get the side-by-side shot and a sexy kind of reflective shot as well. That is your new Class 701 train, South Western Railway. Finally, now in service. They'll be rolled out over the next few weeks, months, and the 455s, which were like the train of my childhood, and there's one over there pulling in now, will eventually go. But that is progress. New trains are here. Press subscribe. Thanks for watching.